This show takes place in an alternate universe where women, witches, are dominating the military. So, way back in the 1700s, there is this witch named Sarah Alder who watched her witch sisters die and she decided she couldn't take it anymore. And then she made a deal with the US Army that every witch joins the army. So, since then, every witch ever born has to be in the army. If they try to dodge the draft, they will be hunted down like animals. The show picks up in modern times where 3 young witches are drafted with basic training to defend the country against a balloon. Yes, I know. Bear with me, guys. The 3 protagonists of the show are Abigail, Rael, and Tally. And well, they remind me of the Powerpuff Girls, with Abigail being Blossom, Rael, Buttercup, and Tally as Bubbles. First, let's start with Blossom, aka Abigail, whose family is very prominent in the military. Like, really, every woman before her was a high-ranking officer. So she has that mindset of being the best. Next up, we have the most adorable Tally as Bubbles. So Tally's mom, I'm not quite sure what happened, but she's no longer in the military. She worked out a deal where her daughter doesn't have to join the army and safely dodge the draft. But Tally still does end up joining the army because Tally believes in the army and wants to be a part of it. Finally, we have Rael, or may I say Buttercup. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, guys. Whose mom died in a battle not long ago, which she still is processing. She thinks the army has failed her family and she doesn't want to be in it anymore. But she still ends up joining the army because, well, you can't dodge the draft unless you're Tally's mom. Since she hates being in the military so much, she makes it her goal to be in the front lines and die as soon as she can. Yes, guys, I know. Bear with me. I love the 3 Powerpuff Girls and their dynamic. They end up being in a unit together. At first, they don't get along and Abigail and Rael have some beef, but Tally tries her hard to keep the group from falling apart. Together, they make the most powerful unit and they are learning to fight this other witch group called the Spree, who is going around killing a lot of people with, you guessed it, a balloon. Because they are against witches joining the army, so they decided the most effective way to make their point. I find it intriguing that their magic is based around voice and different tones and overtones, which we usually don't see in different TV shows, which gives the show its own unique feel. Now we have Scylla, aka Rael's lover, aka a spree agent, who is introduced in the very first episode. No one knows she's a spree, not even Rael, until I guess it was the 5th episode. And to make matters worse, she is a complicated human. Scylla and Rael are too cute together, and I couldn't stop smiling whenever they are on screen. I mean, just look at this scene right here. Until Scylla was outed for being spree and my ship went downhill. That was sad. Now, fast forward to episode 10. Oh my god. It was intense. It was epic. Let's begin. So, our Powerpuff Girls didn't get into war college because of what happened with Alder, aka Sarah. But Petra pulled some strings to get Abigail into war college. But our girl chose her sisters. That's right, character development right there. I love how her and Rael went from being enemies to I love you shit, but like, just look at the scene, guys. And she literally went from hating being in the unit to be happily dying by their side. Now, the greatest tragedy of them all. Tally becoming life support for Sarah. I mean, come on, writers, you better undo this. I refuse to believe she's going to die in 5 years. Like, she deserves better. So, Anacostia, who is the drill sergeant, now the mother of the Bellwether unit, has bonded with Scylla by sharing her story of her own parents dying and helped her escape. And then Scylla leads her to the Spree's hideout, where we see Rael's mother alive. I mean, I know this is a lot to take in, but bear with me, guys, bear with me. So, Sarah Alder is the most shadiest person on the show. I don't care what she says or her story or how she told that story to Tally, which basically leads Tally to giving up her youth and becoming lap support for Alder. That 1,000-year-old vampire is power hungry. Like, do you guys really think she would break the rules and save the tyrant if they didn't give her those special abilities, those special voices? No, she wouldn't. She would have let them die. And I'm pretty sure she isn't getting away with controlling the president that easily. Someone is gonna catch her. I hope so. Season 2, come on. Also, the Karamara or the Karma, sorry guys, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. is pretty messed up. They were funded by Henry VIII to kill all witches, and Sarah was pretty shocked when she realized that they were still alive. Now, followed by Rael having this weird connection with mushrooms. So now I guess she's a mushroom witch. I don't know how. I really don't understand about that part. In a nutshell, this show is the most comprehensive world building you have ever seen. We're talking about a whole alternative history where witches are a part of our society, not just in the US but globally. Every major event and war has been affected by witches. The legendary witch Sarah is right alongside Washington, Lincoln, and other historical figures. And witches are not just regular people who do the occasional spell the way we see in other TV shows. They have their own distinct culture, their holidays, a different take on marriage, a different take on the world. It's lovely, and they have really done their research on witchcraft. It's interesting, and it turns classical ideas upside down. I'm incredibly interested to see where they go with this show, and I hope it runs for a good few seasons at least. It is one of the best fantasy shows I've seen in years. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye!